Hi, it's Kathleen from Bailey Academy, mom of 5, homeschooling 3 of them, ages 11, 14, and 17. Today I just wanted to do a video to explain what our plans are for the rest of the school year, which for us is May and June. We're doing things differently than we have been, and I'll explain why first, and then I'll explain what we're doing. So first of all, things have been going not so great since January, but based on my health and also the health of children, and also just what we've been doing, whatever, nothing serious, but it's just been crazy, and none of us have really been able to or even felt the gung-ho about homeschooling. My oldest homeschooled one, has JIA, juvenile idiopathic arthritis, and she's been dealing with that. It's been making it really hard to do anything but work and sleep, and she can rarely do work, so she's mostly just been sleeping. So it's been really hard for her. And then the younger two, my son never wants to do anything school. The other one barely at all either. But they've at least been able to do it for the most part. But I can't. We do very little. It's just we start late because they have sleep issues, so they can't even get up until I drag them out of bed at 9 a.m. Some days it doesn't turn into 12 or whatever. We start by 2. I've been up since 6 a.m. At 2 o'clock, I don't want to do school anymore. Stupid classes. And so it's just nothing much is getting done. And it's not like we're always getting math and stuff done either. It's not been good. So obviously that's not going to work for the rest of the year. I'm still gung-ho about next year. I've got lots of ideas for next year. But the rest of this year, what we had planned just isn't working. So this is what I decided we're going to do. For the rest of this week, which is mostly April, a little bit of May, we're finishing up our elections talk, because we're having an federal election here in Canada. So we've been talking about elections. So we're going to finish that up because the election is Mondays. Next Monday, I mean. So we're going to finish that. Even though the election is Monday, we're going to finish talking about it this week, learn about it. And then some other various whatever things that we put together, play outside, whatever is nice. And then starting in May, I wrote down some notes. I'm looking at my notes here, but basically I thought about what things I want to teach them, even if it's nothing that has anything to do with what we planned to begin with. For example, problem solving. I've noticed that my kids could really use some extra problem solving power. So I planned 2 weeks in May for that. I have this giraffe stuff and a book and a little bit of study and stuff like that. Not like a full study, but like a mixture from a couple things that I really wanted to do. And I love giraffes, and I wanted to share with them. And because they're doing zoology, it makes sense anyway. So we're going to do a giraffe study for the last 2 days. Last 2 days of next week, which is technically May, because we're going to be done this. So we're just doing, we're doing election stuff, 20th, 29th, and 30th, and then the 1st and the 2nd, we're going to do the draft study. Then the first week of May, I figured we should do some sort of health thing, and for the 2nd and 3rd week of May, we're going to do problem solving. I'll explain why I'm using in a minute. And then I got some free resources for a genealogy type study, so I'm going to put together something for that on the 4th week of May and the 1st week of June. I don't have anything for the 2nd week of June yet, and our 3rd week of June is our last week. That's where we stop. So I wanted to do something. My son is going into grade 9 next year, and if he was in school, he would do something where, you either visit the high schools, or you talk about the high schools, or you do something where you get prep for high school. So I want to do a grade 9 orientation type thing, but instead of doing it before grade 9, I want to do it the end of the year. And so I'm putting together a grade 9 orientation, or a high school orientation for homeschoolers project, and I haven't decided yet if it's free or paid, but it wouldn't be much if it's paid. So I'm putting that together, and we're going to do a grade 9 orientation with him at least. The other two, we'll also do some fun stuff in there as well, and that will be the end of our school year. For health, I wanted to do some more puberty stuff with my youngest daughter. She knows and or is experiencing most of that stuff, but there's a few things I want to go over. I don't know if I'm doing anything with that, but I also want to focus more on exercise. Now that it's nice out, we really need exercise, so to get out and get some activity done. So what are we doing for some of those things? Okay, so for the giraffe study, I have a sample unit study For the Love of Homeschooling. I don't have the full study, but I'm going to use a couple pages from that, and it looks amazing. So, I mean, if you can afford the full study, yeah, that looks cool. I have some stuff that I also printed off from the internet, and I have a book. I should probably get that book to show you. Okay, so The Girl Who Loved Giraffes and Became the World's First Giraffeologist by Kathy Stinson. It's one I got for review a while back, like a year or more. We haven't used it yet. And so this is from Fitzhenry and Whiteside, the publishers. And it's got really beautiful pictures. Talks about how she became a giraffeologist. And so we're going to read this book. I'm not sure if we're still working on it, so I don't know if we're going to do something with it. Narration, maybe. I'm trying to work on that for next year. So that's the book we're going to use. I have... I'm trying to show you my resources here. Let's see. Got a bunch of stuff printed. I need to find the right page. So yeah, the draft unit study sample from For the Love of Homeschooling, which I'm sure you can find online. And I also came up with some stuff of my own with ChatGPT. So, come on, try to be faster. So, like, for example, this is from the For the Love of Homeschooling. Ignore my printer, it's being stupid. So, anatomy pages and stuff like that. And then, so it's basically an anatomy section. So, it talks about the ossicones, the little things on the top of their head. I printed this from Twinkle. So Twinkle is the website that I talk about a lot. I do work with them. I'm brand ambassador, at least with the Canadian version anyway. They have lots, like millions of free resources. Not free resources, sorry, resources. It is a paid subscription. However, there are some free resources on there. And if you sign up for their newsletter, then they will give you at least one a month. I think it is free. Premium downloads. You can pick any premium thing you want and download it for free. Plus, they have regular events, which I think one might be coming up, possibly, of where like 1 day or 2 day or whatever, and it's everything. You can download anything you want for free, no limits or anything like that. So I will be mentioning that once I hear the next date for any Canadians. But there's a Twinkle website for almost every country. So just change Twinkle, TWINKL. And then instead of .ca, change it to .com if you're US, .co.uk if you're UK, things like that. So on ChatGPT, I'm asked for a bunch of giraffe facts. So I have 60 giraffe facts under a bunch of categories that they gave me: size and physical feature, behavior and lifestyle, diet and feeding, movement and speeds, etc. And I'm going to play a game that I love playing with. You can use it for any topic learning ever. Works with anything. You just need a list of facts. And what you do is, there's a couple versions of it. The way we do it is we play it outside usually, because our house is really small. And we have like, our house doesn't have a fence in front, but they do and they do. So the corner post here and the corner post here. So they stand in the middle and I say a fact. I either say it as it reads or I say it so that it's wrong, and they have to go to true or false. So they run to true, which we decided this is true, this one's false. They run to true or false. So you could do that if you have a big enough house. It could be this chair, this couch, or this wall, whatever. If you have a big yard, you know what I mean, this tree and this tree, whatever you have, stand in the middle, you say a fact, they run to either one, you tell them which one is true, or if they were correct or not, like, oh, it was true, and then everybody runs back to the middle, and then you do the next one. So for example, I might say, their legs are about as tall as an average adult human. So if they think that's true, they go here. If they think it's false, they go here. So you guys tell me, their legs are about as tall as an average adult human. What do you think? And then I'll tell you the answer. You don't have to run anywhere. It's true. Or I would just take something like, if I want to say that one is false, I might say the giraffe's legs are about as tall as an average child. Or I could say their legs are about as tall as an average tree. Whatever. Make it super easy if you have younger kids, harder and more complicated if you have older kids. So that's a game we're going to play. And that's one you don't have to, you can just ask ChatGPT to get you some facts, or you can find facts on a website and copy and paste them into a document. I also I wanted to do a little bit of like spelling vocabulary, I decided. So what I did was I asked for vocabulary words from the facts and spelling words from the facts. And then I chose the level 3 that they gave me, like grades 5 and up, and some extra challenge words. And I copied them and asked them to use those ones only, but to give me each word in a sentence too, so that I could say the sentence so they could properly, learn how to spell it. So I have those as well. So words like ossicone, herbivore, whatever, conservation, endangered, prehensile, migration, vigilance, etc. So I have that. I can do whatever I want with that. I can have them. I figure we try spelling bee, and if they don't like that, then we can do really anything we want with it. Write on the whiteboard, anything. Also got I printed off a draft. We're gonna do some draft art that I found online. I'm gonna let them do it whatever they want. That's just a draft head, and they're gonna do it however they want, so they can use watercolors or markers or colored pencils or any sketching. But it has to be like, we're not just gonna use a marker and be like, done. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking detailed. What is this? Oh yes, and then I printed off I asked ChatGPT for a giraffe facts multiple choice test from the giraffe facts. So I figured we'd do the giraffe facts a couple times and then see how many they might remember. Although we did have a lot of facts, so I don't know if that'll work. So I asked them to print me off the answer key and the actual test. Now, obviously, when you use ChatGPT, it can make mistakes, but I'm not using this. I'm not marking this. This is just for fun, so I'm not too worried if one thing is not completely correct. But for the most part, I find that most of those types of things with ChatGPT are correct. Was that it? Oh, yeah, and there's also a documentary. I tried to find a documentary that wasn't too scary because I have a younger child and an older child and older children watching it. And so I found something from PBS, I think it was. When the PBS is always generally child friendly. So I can link it in the description in case anyone's interested where I found it. But I think it's just on YouTube. But yeah, I don't think I'll watch the whole thing necessarily, but a good documentary. So that's what we're going to do for those 2 days. For problem solving, I haven't fully planned out problem solving yet, but I have the Overcoming Obstacles website, which I will link in the description. I still have to go through it and find what I want from it, what I need from it, but you can go check it out. It's free social emotional learning problem solving program. I also found something that said upskillsforwork.ca that might have something I want in it. I have to go check it out. I basically was looking on my phone and I jotted it down, and I'm going to do full research on my computer. Also, the royalsociety.org has problem solving notes or paper or reading or something, so I have to go check if that's anything of use. So I have those as resources. I'm going to see what I already have written down for problem solving as well, and just come up with some activities, just like I did before. The genealogy thing, I'm going to see if I can find it on my computer, but so I can explain it. If I can get into my computer, but I will find it and I will link. If you can still get it, I will link it below. But it was something that I downloaded for free. Well, I think I might have to put my email. I don't remember, but hold on. Genealogy. Oh, I think it was called Family something, like Family Tree. Let's see, with my weird face, I'm just trying to find it. Family History, maybe that was it. Oh no, that's something from Lisa Marie Fletcher. Okay, well, I can comment or link that below too. The Genealogy Research Project. She's got papers where you can fill in all your information and stuff like that. So that might be helpful too. But I'm going to have to see if I can find what I have. I don't even know what it's called. I have it somewhere on my computer. Anyways, it's a family history, I think is what it was called. I don't know, papers to do genealogy with your children, I guess. And so I think we'll do something with that. I've done genealogy a bit myself, so I know a little bit how you figure that out, but I'm not asking anything. I'm not planning to do something major with them, but I'm looking for 2 weeks. So I'm going to go to the library, I'm going to get genealogy books, and I'm going to, look for more stuff. So I'm going to probably do a video on what I do for the genealogy study. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Or if you know of any resources for a genealogy unit, let me know. But I plan to do that, and I will share what I use when I have it planned. And I want some sort of, I wrote down read aloud, but I'm not sure what I meant, like what kind of read aloud would be. I don't know. Family history papers, maybe something. Twinkle might have something. I can use that thing from the Canadian homeschooler. See what I come up with it. And then I have great plans for the grade 9 orientation. So I need something for the second week of June, and I haven't decided what I want to do yet. So I thought, excuse me, 2 things, but actually no, probably, yeah. I'm gonna look through the books that I have that I haven't used yet. We stopped morning basket a long time ago, so like we haven't even done more than a couple lessons of our logical fallacies, so we may go back to that. Or I don't know, we're gonna play games maybe. Like we're still gonna do math and writing. We're gonna do math, learn math fast, and writing by numbers that we just got. And so we're going to do that every day, but we're going to do mostly these extra things, and just kind of take it easy, but also get some work done. And if I'm really having trouble, then maybe watch some documentaries, but I don't want to fall back on that for everything. So I'm gonna have to get that out and plan, because school is tomorrow, because today was Easter Monday, so we didn't do school. So tomorrow is school, and with the younger 2 actually only, because the older one is going to Chicago this week, and so she has time to get prepared. So that is what I'm going to share. If you wanted more information on any of those things, or if I don't link a resource that you wanted me to link, let me know. And yeah, if you didn't share, absolutely let me know too. And sorry about the crappy quality. I had to use the crappy phone today. Okay, thanks. Bye.